Stories from the poker tournament. Hey, Kingpin. Hey, Chesspawn. Hey, Tensor. Well, I guess you guys know that this past Sunday I drove up to North Carolina to play in a satellite tournament in hopes of winning a seat into the main event at the World Series of Poker because I can't afford that. It's $10,000. So I was going to try to win my way in, and I did. And only 8 of us got and I got $1,000. They give you $1,000 spending money and a ticket. So hey, yeah, hey Zebra. I'm so pumped. I can't even wait to play. Yeah, Meepex. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing the main event. I was just going to do the cheaper
And the ladies'
tournaments.
tournament's like 3 days after we get there, the $1,000 buy-in one.
Yeah.
It's also good.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one for sure. But yeah, I'm real excited about the main event now. And I didn't realize it went quite so long. Ben says, if you stay in, which, let's hope I get to day 2. But it lasts, several days, like 11 days maybe. Zebra would know.
It's almost 2 weeks old, or 2 weeks long.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 day ones, and then day 11's the last day.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait. I'm going to study poker night and day starting tomorrow. Today I had to take care of a sick kid and do other, normal stuff. Music bingo and stream. But tomorrow I'm going to do some poker. Got to get ready.
Stop the game. It's too exciting.
And it was just so perfect. I was driving back from the casino at 11 o'clock at night, coming down out of the mountains. And I was listening to the Twitter Spaces, the poker Twitter Spaces, which seem to be going constantly. There's one going right now, which I was listening to before I came down. But anyway, Sean D was running the Twitter Space, and he mentioned Ben and then mentioned me. So it's kind of funny. There were so many people in the Twitter Space, he probably didn't know I was even in there. So that's kind of cool. I can't wait to go.
Oh, God, I hung F5 check. Jesus Christ. Oh, well.
I wasn't paying attention.
I just hung my queen.
No.
I trapped my queen. I forked my king and queen.
You got all those pawns around you like a shield. Wooden shield. Wow.
His technique is the worst. That's true.
First, the satellite, next, the world. Gametron. Well, maybe. It was fun. I got short stacked, and I mean, after the first hand, I lost half my stack, and they didn't even start you with a very good stack. It was only 10,000 in chips, and I had a sixes full of aces. I had a full house, and the dude had quad aces, and he took a bunch of half my stack, and this other guy half his stack, and I just kind of said, well, I'm going to have to play really good and get back in here. So I did. It was C.L. Smith. I felt so dumb too because I was really focused on the fact that an 8 came on the board, that he might have ace 8 and he might have a better full house than me. I had a pair of sixes and there was a 6 on the board and then 2 aces on the board. And, but here's poetic justice. Let me tell you about this. So the guy that
Is it like beach justice?
the guy that took half my stack in that hand ended up busting out at some point, and then he bought in. He was at a different table, and then on his third bullet, he was back at our table again. And I was getting short stacked, so I went all in with ace queen offsuited, and two guys called me, which was not welcome news at all. And the first guy was ace king offsuited, and then the guy that originally took half my stack, he also went all in, but we had a similar stack size, but I covered him. Anyway, he had ace jack offsuit, so I was like, oh shit, you know, something's gonna happen. And then the flop, a queen came, and luckily they didn't hit anything. So I tripled up, and I knocked out the guy that took half my stack, the ace jack offsuit guy, knocked him out, and I was
Mama said, knock you
and
out.
I was very happy. Poetic justice.
Beach justice. That's Family Guy.
Not tilting after that is a win. Thank you, Mepex. I only just because when I cashed a couple weeks ago at Cherokee, I had lost like 100-something thousand chips and went down to like 14,000 in one hand, and I had 1.5 blinds and I ran it up and then cashed. And that's 13. So I do know it can be done, but it's hard not to feel demoralized, for sure. It is hard to play as a short stack, but that's where I live. I'm always short stack. There's a book called Short Stack Ninja that all of my poker friends say that is a great book, so I'm going to try to read that next. Chip in a chair, that's right. That's funny, quadruple. So how have you been doing in your chess tonight?
I won all my games, then I lost when you came, and now I'm losing this one.
Oh, so I'm bad
It's the,
luck.
it's the same guy, too. I had 16.5 out of 18. Now I'm going to have 16.5 out of 20. I just blundered this game. Last game I blundered, too.
Mm-hmm.
I have, like, no hope.
Yeah.
Queen's trap, too. Darn. I beat him too many games. I can't even move here. I don't know, here.
Ben played great for about half an hour. He should stop, though. He's making mistakes because he got tired. Is that true?
No. Is anything in the chat ever true?
Yeah, sometimes.
No. Well, by accident.
Thank you, Mountain Dude. How's it going?
No. Yeah, I was 27.95, then I lost twice to this guy, so I'm 27.70. But I was 27.45 when I started the stream. Blitz chess is streaky. Now I have to win 10 games in a row. Well, 9. So you should tell them all your poker hands. Hand 1, hand 2, hand 3.
I don't think they're that interested.
Yeah, that's all they're interested in.
I already told my Full House story. Oh, how did the poker tournament go? Hey, Backspace, I won a seat to the main event and got $1,000, but the main important part is I'm going to get to play the main event at the World Series of Poker, so it went well. But I don't know, I was suffering for several hours with a short stack. Then, well, I'll tell one story here. Here's one more poker story. How nitty the table got with 10 and 9 players left, C.L. Smith. I never played another hand. Okay, so here's what happened with that, C.L. Smith. There were 2 tables, and there were, I think, 13 of us left at that time. And our table had less than the other one. Yeah, they had 8 and we had 5. And then we got a break. So I went and looked at all the stacks to see how many were shorter than me. And there were two or three that were similar to me. And I needed to chip up, really. I needed to chip up a little bit more. So when we came back, I chipped up. And I'll tell one of those stories in a second about the hand that could have gotten me out, but I didn't get out. And then all of a sudden we were down to 10, and everybody that got 10 got a shirt. So, and then the ninth place gets 6,600, in the shirt, and then everybody else gets the entry in the shirt. So anyway, we were just sitting there, and the guy that went out, he wasn't even one of the shorter stacks. It was so dumb. God damn. Anyway, I don't even remember what the hand was because I'd already determined. Oh, the important thing I left out was once we combined into one table and I could see this was a few, 30 minutes after I had looked at their stacks, I wasn't the shortest stack anymore. There were 3 people with shorter stacks. So I already knew that I would not be playing any hands. And so the guy that went out, the 10th guy, he just didn't know what was going on. I mean, he shouldn't have played that hand. Then it got real tight, and we just sat there forever and ever. And the short stacks knew what was going on. They were going to have to go all in, and only the huge stacks were going to engage at all. And so we finally, the shortest stack in the craziest hand I've ever seen, he went all in. He had like Queen 4 offsuited, and all these big stacks were putting all their chips in, and this guy ended up getting all their chips. So now he was the chip leader at the table, and we just kept playing and kept playing and kept playing. And then he says to me, he's this old guy. He says, well, I think I'm just going to start going all in every hand. And I said, please do. I mean, be a good citizen and because we're just waiting on one more person to get out. So he started going all in. I still sat there and did nothing. And the short stacks had to engage. And so eventually the guy next to me busted one of them out. So, and then all of a sudden we all won. So it was great. So, but prior to that, I was suffering for about 3 hours with my short stack, and I just kept running it up, and some of my plays were risky, but you got to risk it a little if you got to chip up. It was fun. Well, Zebra, it really just was like a refund on my entry fee, though, because I ended up having to pay to play the Saddie because I played the cheap Saddie to Saddie into the Saddie, and I busted out of that one. So all my friends, I had some friends there, they busted out as well. That's funny. I like playing chess. Which tournament did we play in? You gotta risk it, Putty.
Jesus Christ, I'm losing this game. This game was hard to lose, but I did hang all my pieces.
Vegas. So I'm guessing you beat me.
I can't believe I just hung everything. I just hung all my pieces. Alright, I resign. I was winning this game. I couldn't lose. And then I hung my bishop, I hung my rook.
Yeah.
Terrible.